Hi, is there anyone with me yet? Okay, I guess I'll give it a few minutes. Okay, let's see how this is gonna go. Let me see how this is gonna go. Okay, we got three people. How are you guys? I got a heart already. Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this. How are you guys? Wait for a couple more people. Trying something a little different. Okay. I like this. How are you guys? Okay, I can see you guys. Greetings. Okay, y'all, let's get it popping. Let's see. We got three people. We got 13 hearts. Okay, I'm ready to start talking to you guys. How are you? Okay, so we got a few people here. If you can see me and you can hear me, tell me namaste, hello, hi, give me a thumbs up or something. Because I see we got two people. So I'm trying to get a chance to get people to conversate with me to make sure I don't start too soon. Hi, Bree. How are you? Thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Okay, so we got Bree on here. And who else we got on here? Okay. Okay, we got another person on here. So what I like to do is give it a couple more minutes. I know our clock is going. Let's check and see. How far are we now? 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Okay. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bree and my other three guests. Let's first start off with let's talk about the situation with Rihanna. Rihanna and her ASAP Rocky. Her baby daddy. It sounds so funny to say her baby daddy, right? When we talking about somebody like Rihanna. But we put so much energy into what's going on in other people's lives that we don't put enough energy in what's going on in our own lives. We need to start discussing and paying attention to what's going on in our relationships. I mean, I had so many people talking to me about what's your thoughts on Rihanna and ASAP Rocky? What's your thoughts? And the only thing I can say is that's their business. They're having a baby. I hope that they have a beautiful, healthy baby. And I hope it brings all the love to them that it could possibly bring, right? So often we get caught up in social media and celebrity relationships, right? Oh my goodness, we pay so much attention to celebrity relationships that we don't even pay attention to our own relationships that hard. We don't really, I mean, we get to the point that we dissect their relationships like, oh, this ain't happening, that ain't happening, da 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 da. But when it comes to our own relationship, how is it really? So, okay, I just had to get that off the air right quick, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is, Bree, you talking to me too? Because I don't really see no, I can't talk by myself. I can, but I want you to interact with me. Okay, so how do you guys feel about relationships? Do you think that relationships are important like they used to be, maybe 15, 20 years ago? Or do you feel as if with a change in the world, I mean, because we have so many changes, we have so many things that we just don't understand. But I say a change in the world because everything is changing, and changing is not always a bad thing. However, how do you identify change is what matters. And how do you identify relationships? That's what I want you to ask yourself. How do you identify relationships? Because so often we could speak on other people's relationship when we have no clue what's going on with our relationship. And that's the sad truth. We can look out the window and discuss other people's situation by just looking out the window. But when it comes to looking in the mirror, it's a whole different type of ball game, which I think we got to work on. And it starts with self. Starts with self. So I'm ready to have this real self conversation that I know not too many people are ready to talk about. But I'm ready to talk about it. So let me get comfortable. Y'all ready to get comfortable? Let's get comfortable and have this conversation. I'm on my sofa ready to have some uncomfortable conversation. Right? Bree, can you hear me? Because I don't see who else talking to me. So let's talk a little bit more. I want to have uncomfortable conversations tonight. I want to see if anybody was going to be on here with me and join me to talk. Because I want to talk. But if not, I'm gonna talk anyway. This is more this is more better when we entertain one another. Like when we communicate, correspond with one another, right? As I spoke to you guys the other day, I was going through some things, some challenging times that I had to look at myself. How comfortable are we looking at ourselves? How comfortable are we? How comfortable are we looking in the mirror at ourselves? Being in tune with ourselves. Look at me. I'm on social media with a robe on, and I like it because I'm comfortable with myself. This is who I am. However, how often do you allow other people to make you feel self conscious about how you look? And when you feel that way, how much more easier is it for you to make somebody feel the same way the other person made you feel? Did you get that? Let me say that again. Sometimes people tell me I talk a little fast. You feel uncomfortable how sometimes people make you feel, right? But how much more easier is it for you to make other people feel uncomfortable? I'm ready to have this uncomfortable conversation. I'm ready. And most of all, I want to start off with, can I get a little comfortable? I want to talk about sex. People are so uncomfortable talking about sex. And why do you think that's the case? Is sex a bad thing? Now, I'm not going to say all sex is good. And I'm not saying all sex is good sex. And I'm not saying that out of outcomes that sex is a good thing. But what I will say that all sex isn't bad. And I will say that's how every last one of us got here. Now, unless you were that science experiment or the artificial stimulation, but that still took sperm cells. Sex should be something that you could feel comfortable talking about. I hear people say, well, it's so private, it's so private, it's so private. I get that. I get it. Some people may feel it's more personal to discuss sex among themselves or their lover or their friends or their close ones. However, how is it a bad thing to discuss sex with other people? People who like to discuss sex. Why would that be a bad thing? I love to discuss sex. All aspects of sex. Not just the penetration, not just the oral, not just the quick release, not just the orgasm, not just the climax, but all aspects of sex. I like to talk about it. And what I'm really, really tuning in now that I've been seeing a lot of people discuss, I wanted you guys to say something. Brianna said, I'm working on myself every day. Thank you, Brianna. And Monet said, and it's so much that people don't know about sex. Oh my goodness, Monet. But Monet, tell me this. How would they ever know if they're ashamed of learning? You got that, Monet? How can people ever know if they're too ashamed to learn? I mean, so often people want to know this stuff. I had a lady tell me, a young lady, a beautiful young lady, I want to know it all. And I'm here to teach you, baby. I'm here to teach you. I had a young lady tell me, she said, Love my yacht. I can't talk about sex because the first thing people will say to me is that I'm a whore. I said, why is that? She said, because I had sex when I was younger. I had sex with a lot of people. And I said, what did you have sex for? And she said, myself. I said, well, baby, don't let nobody tell you who you are and what you are. Did you enjoy it? She said, most of the time. She said, I had sex just because I felt like having sex and I enjoy having sex. And I had sex with multiple people because I enjoyed it. I said, well, baby, don't allow nobody to tell you or define you for who you are. See, that's the thing. We get so caught up, Monet and Bree, about how other people defined us when it's all about how we defined ourselves. Because this young lady was afraid to talk to me about sex until she got comfortable enough because of what other people made her feel. She said she had a lot of sex. Those are exact words. I had a lot of sex and I enjoyed it. Okay. So then I take it around. She said, people call me a whore. Now let's talk about polyamory. Yeah, I went there. Let's talk about orgies. Yeah, I went there. Everybody make their own rules up about polyamory, about orgies. So if people tell you that, oh, there's rules to orgies, there's traditional rules. No, it's the rules that the main person who created that space or whatever's going on, they created those rules. So all those people having sex with multiple people. So don't never allow anyone to make you identify as how they identify you. That's right, Bree. How you view yourself. Do what you want to do as long as it's consent. But when you're doing it, make sure you feel good about yourself. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, nobody else will. Don't allow anyone else to identify who you are. I want you to know that today, if nobody else tell you, you are the most important person at any given moment. If you don't like the person you are at this second, the snap of a finger, you can change it. That's the unique thing about being a human being. If you don't like who you are right now, baby, change it. You got the power to change who you are anytime you want to. And guess what? If you don't like the person you become, change it again. And you can keep on changing it. And then somebody say, you fake. No, baby, I'm evolving. I'm changing. You stuck where you at, but I'm sure enough not gonna be stuck. I'm gonna upgrade. Because I'm not gonna be the same version I was of myself then that I am today. And don't feel bad about it. If you don't like something about yourself, change it because you can. It's your birthright. Change it. And don't care what nobody else thinks. Don't let nobody identify who you are. If you want to have sex, have sex. If you want to have oral sex, have oral. If you want to have anal sex, have as much of it as you want. And don't let nobody define who you are. Because at the end of the day, they got to find their happiness. And the ones who be talking stuff about she do this, he do that, she do this, they be the main ones wanting to do it. You hear me? Most times, the people that's so hypocritical and talk about, oh, she had sex with numerous people. Oh, she do this, she do that. In the back of their mind, they be saying, damn, I'm trying to find out what that feel like. Damn, did she really do that? Damn, did she give him that? Did he do that to her? Because they really want to know, but they too worried about what other people opinions of them will be. So they don't step out and do it. So I know my cell phone, I just check my messages, you guys. And the person just said your bra showing. I looked at the camera. I know. I'm comfortable. I love who I am. And I want you to love who you are. So sexually, I gotta tell you guys, never allow someone else to define your sexual preference, what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Because the only person that it matters to is yourself and who you sleeping with. Okay? So, y'all, we got a lot to talk about. But I'm not even going to go all there today. I got Monet here and I got Bree here. So I'm finna ask one of y'all, it's about that time for us to share one of my favorite parts: faux pas and sexcapades. You know, we all have times in our relationships or just being out there, having fun, enjoying life without strings attached, whatever we did. But it come a time that, Bree, can you hear me? Can you talk to me? Can you see my responses? Let me look over here and see you. If you can see me, give me a love or a thumbs up or something so I can make sure you can still see me. Because I want to do, okay. Okay, so Bree, tell me your most, first of all, tell me how you view sex. Mhm. How do you view sex, Bree? Okay. And while we waiting on her to type up how she views sex, my team said that people should call in. So I guess I'll start letting people call in too next week. But while we giving Bree a chance, okay, here she say, I view sex in a lot of ways. Give us the most important one. And I wanted to stand out like, oh, okay, this is me, this is me, this is me. From my spouse, someone I care for, intimacy. That's how you view sex. Okay, and that's your priority because that's how you view sex. When somebody say sex, that's how you look at it. Okay, how comfortable are you discussing sex? Yeah, this is a good one. Now, these are things that we need to really ask ourselves. How do we view sex? How comfortable are we with sex? And Bree said, very comfortable. Okay, Bree, I love your answers. Now, here go my third and final question. Can you give us a brief little description of your most embarrassing, memorable sexual moment? So while we wait, and the reason I ask these questions is these are questions that we have to bring out in the open. These are questions that some people will say are uncomfortable. So I love my yacht. Would love to make sure that we face those uncomfortable conversations so that we can be open to learn more about sexuality, spiritual sex, sexual energy, and most importantly, the benefits of sex. So we waiting on Brie to tell us about her most memorable sexual moment. And I think it is an agreement that I should allow people to call in because I see we had to wait for a second, but we were doing doggy style and I lost balance and fell off the bed. Oh my goodness. Nah, that's funny. Because he was back. I could imagine y'all doing doggy style and you back like boom, 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 then you just fall off. So Bree, tell me, did you stop or did you like, you fail? Did you get back in the bed like, come on, keep going, keep going? Hi, Krista. You said, what are the benefits of sex? Wait, because I'm just still laughing. Bree, did you get back in the bed and continue to have sex, or when you fell off the bed for doing doggy style, was that a wrap? Like, okay, baby, we did this, we done. Bree said we laughed and kissed and started back up. That's what I'm talking about. Because ego should not be in the bedroom unless it's some damn role playing or you up on some other stuff, right? I love it. I love it. So Krista said, "What are the benefits of sex, baby?" Oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. I could start with weight loss. I could start off with stress reducer. I could start off with, oh my goodness, sexual healing, healing the body. Krista, you know me personally. And you know, you see me walking and you know my elements that I deal with. Sexual healing creates new neurochemicals, helps with your memory. And last but not least, baby, people don't know my age. Y'all see my hair? Y'all see my hair? Y'all see my hair? Uh, it keep you looking young. And they said, it's scientific evidence. I messed up my hair, y'all. It's scientific evidence that the more sex you have, that's how I messed up my hair. The more sex you have, the longer you live. Isn't that something? Now it's a thing with sex, okay? They say the more sex you have, the longer and happy and healthy you are. So my question be is a lot. For myself, the more sex I have, I can definitely relate to it. Because the more sex I have, I am so happy. Krista, Bree, and Malay, have you got everybody who's watching me? Have you ever been in a shit stank mood? A shit stank mood for no reason at all? Money, I'm gonna ask you this. Have you ever been in a shit stank mood, money, and had sex and you forgot about that shit stank mood you was in? Everything else was like through the roof while you was having sex. You ain't think about being mad no more. After you got through, you was like, okay, let me go ahead and start my day. I'm in a good mood. But before then, you was having stinking thinking. So it definitely affects your mood. Chris said, woo, sex is amazing. Hell yeah. When they said, I view sex as an outlet, a release. I honestly need it. If I could, I have sex every day. I would. Yes. Man, you and me too. Look, in my mind, I do have sex every day. In my mind, I have sex every single day because Krista, sex is amazing. You know that sex is amazing and it has so many benefits when it produces life. You know sex is amazing because everybody know, well, a lot of us know that there's a higher power. And our higher power show us that sex is amazing because our higher power made it create our life. Animals, damn fish, people, they have sex. They have sex to reproduce. Is that not the most beautifulest thing ever? Now, let me say it again. I'm not saying all sex is good because we know that when there's good, there's bad. And so often people take advantage of people sexually, but I'm talking about consensual sex. And for myself, I tell people all the time, maybe I'm so comfortable talking about sex because sex chose me. I didn't choose sex, but sex chose me at a very young age. A very young age. And when something chooses you, you do your due diligence of analyzing it, studying it, learn it from the rooter from the tutor, like my grandma used to say. If something chooses you, you learn that mug from the rooter to the tutor, right? Just like a man, baby. Just like a man. Well, or a woman. If somebody trying to get with you and you size that person up, you like, okay, do this checkout, do this checkout, do that checkout. Shit, don't be acting like y'all don't do that shit. If somebody look on social media and they trying to holler at you there in your inbox, the first thing we do is go on their damn page. We start looking at their profile. Shit, we get to the point that we really want to know about. We start looking at their damn pictures. We get all in that damn business because we want to know. The same way with sex. The same way with sex. So if we can try to find out and study so much about somebody else, why not find out something that we enjoy doing? I mean, seriously, if we could go through some, come on, y'all. I know I ain't the only person that scroll through people profile and look at their damn pictures and then try to relate. Like, okay, you said what in my inbox? You said what in my inbox? And then I'm looking like this shit don't really go together, right? You study the person or you do a little research on that person before you go a step further. So why don't you do the same research on sex? Why don't you want to learn the benefits of sex? Why don't you want to know sex with substance? Why don't you want to learn how to connect on a higher level through sex? Why don't you want to know the spiritual aspects of sex? Because every time you have sex, you're exchanging energy. Energy don't die, it change forms. I don't even care if the sex was whack. The sex could have been terrible. Terrible. But guess what? It didn't stop from exchanging energies. And like I said before, that energy got to go somewhere. So if you're not directing that energy somewhere, it's going to be a whole different ball game. Chris said, everybody do it. Chris, and the people who say I'm not doing it, they probably want to. Yes, I need that higher level. Baby Monet, sex, spiritual sex, it's on a whole different level. It gets to the point you don't even think about how good the sex is through penetration. You feel about how good the connection is. Think about that. Think about that, y'all. When you have spiritual sex, you don't think about how good it is for me to release, how good it feels to me to bust a nut, how good is it for me to climax, or for how, oh my God, oh my God, oh my, that instant gratification that only lasts for a second, you being multi-orgasmic and you going to a whole nother level. You going to a level that you connected to something that you never experienced, to the point that you said, oh baby, oh, this was different. Did you feel different when we had sex this time? And they're gonna say, yeah, it was different. And you're not gonna be able to explain it until you learn your sexual frequencies. When you learn that aspect of it, you'll be able to explain that special type of sex you had. And you can't have it with everybody and all the time because you don't know what you're doing to get there. You have to study. Bree said, I'm ready to have a mental orgasm. That's where it starts. That's spiritual sex. That's spiritual sex. And that's what we finna work on. And people get so mad. I'm going to tell y'all one of the best ways to have sex that I believe when you're at your strongest point for women. A lot of people gonna be like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But this is when you're at your strongest point. You're strong. Meaning when I say strong, I mean it with your spiritual connection. When you're able to manifest. Crystal, you said the benefits? Manifesting. You can get what you want. Bree said, drop those classes because I need to take some notes. Baby, definitely take these classes. But the best sex to have to manifest the strongest one, I'm going to tell y'all tomorrow. And I will be having my classes. I'm already doing a lot of near infrared red light therapy, which creates new neurochemicals and make you more in tune with yourself and get rid of all that toxicity, layers and layers and layers and layers of negativity. It releases all that and it takes you to a pure state. So that when you do have sex, you don't have to worry about all that toxic shit you didn't have before. Like that kind of guy you had sex with, and the sex was on, or the female you had sex with, and the sex was good, but the relationship was fucked up. You'd be like, man, I don't want to, I can't stand this motherfucker. But the sex is so good. The sex is so good. So do I continue to sleep with this person because the sex was good? Or do I just say, forget it? And then you still be thinking about, like, I'm so horny right now. But see, when you get that infrared, red light therapy, we get rid of all that. When you start knowing your sexual frequencies, we know all that. And then you light one of those erotic scent candles, Monet, Krista, Bree. Oh my goodness, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. So y'all, that was my time. I did my 30 minutes. I will be posting my classes. Definitely check me out. Check out Erotic Scents, which are aphrodisiac candles and body moisturizer. Only thing you gotta do is light it. It puts you in the mood right away, from low testosterone, low libido, no interest in sex, to high interest in sex, to I don't have to have too much foreplay because I'm ready. I mean, we women, it takes us a minute to get there. Men are like a microwave, we are like an oven. But when you turn on erotic, when you like erotic scents, you ready. That's all it takes. And it burns 72 hours, so y'all better check me out. You're gonna get it. Bree said, I couldn't stand that. Good sex will have you in a crappy relationship that should have ended months ago. But the sex will have you be like, damn, I can't stand this person. And then look, you could be minding your own business, driving somewhere, and then your body go, oh, damn, I miss him. Damn, I miss her. Damn. But all this stuff I gotta put up with. Oh my goodness. All the stuff. But y'all, check me out tomorrow, the same time. And then I'm gonna drop them gems on y'all about the strongest time for a woman to manifest and for a man to reap the benefits. So this is my time. I love you guys like always. Always, always, always. I teach you, you teach me. Together we discover and explore the many mysteries of sex. So I hope you guys enjoy me tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.